We want our financial system to meet the highest international standard. We believe that the trade and economic opportunities it presents will be beneficial for Jamaica.
How Jamaica went from poverty and crime to economic prosperity. You know what? Let's jet into this story. Welcome to Jet. So first and foremost, before we get into how Jamaica is becoming a superpower in the region, give thanks to Yahweh and to Yahushua. Yes, man. From poverty to crime to progress and pride, Jamaica's journey has been nothing short of remarkable. Overcoming years of struggles, the nation has risen, transforming its economy and social fabric. What once seemed like an uphill battle, marked by economic setbacks, crime and poverty, has now given way to a story of strength, resilience, and undeniable progress. Under the leadership of the Jamaican Labour Party, we've witnessed a shift from struggles to strength, with growth, stability, and pride at the forefront. Today, we explore how Jamaica is not just surviving, but thriving from poverty to prosperity. So a few years ago, Jamaica ranked as the world's highest homicide rate at 53.3%. That was very high and not sustainable, and also prevented the country from growing, because when a country has such a high rate, then many countries would not want to invest. Today, I can report that Jamaica cut that by half. Jamaica is now halfway, ranked the top 5 in cutting homicide rates, and therefore crime rates has significantly reduced based on the JLP Andrew Holness initiative in fighting crimes, and that also helped Jamaica in one of the fastest growing economy in the Caribbean region. Of course, there's a lot to do, and of course there is more to be done, and a lot of countries are still ahead of Jamaica, but Jamaica is making steady progress, and to becoming the superpower of the region, Jamaica in part is currently the superpower because it provides a lot of training and services to other Caribbean nations, and is leading the way, and is also in a high position in the CARICOM organization, the governing body that governs the Caribbean in terms of trade and cooperation. Jamaica has a high stake and is making significant input in how the region is run. So what Jamaica do so far? What has Jamaica done thus far in its development and trying to improve its quality of life, and how much it is growing? Well, the first project was the road project, funded mainly by the Chinese. Jamaica has made significant progress in building a lot of roads, and that cuts traveling from one side of the country to the next side by half, and therefore it reduced time, and we all know that time is efficient and time is money, and therefore we'll be able to get a lot done throughout the day. So this is a very good, significant project to which Jamaica undertaken, and it's currently going on at this present time. Of course, they operate a system where you have to pay a toll, because that's the agreement between Jamaica and the Chinese, that Jamaicans pay a toll to use the road, and Jamaica paid nothing up front for the building of the road, and the Chinese will operate this system for 50 years. Whether that's a good system or not, I would like to hear your views in the comment section where that is concerned. There has been report that Jamaica is trying to revamp its rail network system, and that would be a good idea, because that would cut traffic and commuting times by half, especially in peak hours times when people are coming from work and people are struggling to get home, and the busy roads and the taxi system and the traffic system would definitely ease the bottleneck that Jamaica would face with people getting to their destination quickly and fast. So that would be a good idea. So what about our national stadium? There has been reports that we're definitely going to revamp the national stadium. Of course we need to do it. Jamaica is known to be the sprint capital of the world. I mean, some of our fastest runners are the world's fastest runners came from Jamaica, and we need to make sure that the stadium is up to scratch. We've seen where Grand Slam track have made a transformation in laying some new tracks in the national colours, which is really good, and it brighten the stadium a little bit and bring forth the beauty of the Jamaican track stadium. We've seen athletes, and we have to definitely look after them when they come and when they visit, and our national athletes in our national colours showing off their kit and they're tired. This is a proud moment for Jamaica. We definitely need to make sure that the stadium looks good, and that is a project in the pipeline. Where we going now? Where we are going? Yes, man. Mobile Canal Regional Hospital gets a revamp. Yes, man. New buildings and also repairs and upgrade the system. So when some people attack, say the country, the Prime Minister sell out the country, well, you're getting new hospitals, so what are you complaining about? Some people might say you don't see the bigger picture, but the bigger picture is any improvement must be celebrated, man. And I don't think people understand geopolitics and economic improvement in a car. Some people say every country sell out piece of their country from time to time, but you cannot sell out your country totally. You only can rent it, if you like, or lease it for a period of time, and then you get it back over that period of time, and therefore you have the infrastructure already there, and your children and your grandchildren will be able to inherit the country, and that's how it goes. But later on I'll explain what initiative Dr. Andrew Holness did in order to make these progression, in order to make this improvement, in order to be growing the country and the economy, and how. But where else are we going? Yes, man. We talked about many different things, but airport is also crucial for Jamaica and their economy, because one of the reasons why Jamaican economy is growing and probably lagging behind those other countries in the Caribbean is the fact that the airport needs to be up to date and up to standard. And Donald Sangster International Airport is one of them in Mobile, and the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston is also important for tourism. The attractiveness, the ease of travel, ease of access to different tourist hubs and to different hotels and so on is crucial to the development of Jamaica, and Jamaica needs to make sure that these airports are up to scratch. Between 2021 and 2022, Jamaica grew its economy by 5.9 and 4.6% respectively, and this recovery is due to the easing of the pandemic restrictions and a strong tourism sector and remittances that inflows in Jamaica. So tourism plays a very important part in Jamaica's economy and also contributed to Jamaica's growth, and therefore we must make sure that our airports are up to scratch to make people enter and exiting easily. So why was the Prime Minister able to do this? Let's look at growth over a period of time. Between 2007 and say 2011, Prime Minister PJ Patterson did grow the economy, but very, very slim. Majority of the time they're in negative growth. The biggest growth was 2011 in 1.5%. But when the Labour Party took over in 2016, you can see some slight growth. There was a negative growth in 2013, but onwards you can see a big growth up to 2021 in 5.9%, which obviously boosted by tourism and money transfer after COVID. So you see a rapid, steady growth going on in Jamaica under the Andrew Holness administration, but of course there is a lot more work to be done. I mean, when you look at this chart, you can see that Jamaica is ranked way down in terms of other Caribbean countries, obviously boosted by tourism, and Jamaica has a long way to go. And we can see that Bahamas and Panama, Dominican Republic, Trinidad and Tobago is doing well than Jamaica economically at this stage, but Jamaica is fast, rapid growing, and we can just have to give credit where credit is due. But what is the envy of the world, and what is the envy of the Caribbean? Well, however, Jamaica paid off almost 70% of its debt. bigger and better than the other countries, which means that Jamaica doesn't have to spend its GDP on paying off debts like the other countries to which Jamaica is lagging behind, because Jamaica already paid off those debts, and therefore Jamaica can only grow from strength to strength, which is why it is fair to say that Jamaica's shocking turnaround from crime now makes it the envy of the world, and it is fast growing, and we can only see it develop from strength to strength. Why do we want to change now? Why do we want to jeopardize what already been started? And how Mr. Holness was able to achieve this? Well, he achieved this by an initiative called Public-Private Partnership, where the government funds half of the project and private investor fund another half. So that can't be sell out, because the Jamaican government would own half of the project, to which he co-invested with other private partners. Of course, funds come from other lenders, including China Harbour Engineering Company, who played a strategic role in infrastructure development. So, what is your view? Do you believe that Jamaica will be the powerhouse of the Caribbean and one of the fastest growing economy in that region, and will be the envy of the world? Or do you think that Jamaica growth is insignificant, there's not much going on, the country will not grow as fast as predicted, and we need a new leadership? Write your comments below, man, and let's have a discussion about this. For those of you who've forgotten to subscribe, please remember to touch the like button, smash the subscribe button, touch up the bell, and remember to share with your friends and family. So you all go on now. We're going to jet off,